So I'll show you what we've got here. Got a few classrooms like this. Some are standard roll, some are reverse rolled. For me, them tubes are not big enough. And also you can see this is sticking out here. It's because they've got big handles there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put bigger tubes on, bigger brackets on, reverse roll them all. I'll do a better job of missing that big handle. I mean, it is a big handle to be fair, but it'd be better than what they've got at the minute. And bigger cogs where the chain goes through. Bigger, sort of up and down, smoother and faster. Better fabric. Yeah. And a couple of other little tricks which I'll show you as I'm going. So this is actually a different classroom, but it doesn't matter. They're all pretty much the same as one another. 4 classrooms, 5 blinds in each, and then another one with 1 in it. Yeah, so what I've done, I've put bigger tubes on so that the blind goes up and down smoother, easier. I've put extension brackets on it because obviously that handle's massive. I've reverse rolled it, so you know, all these things to get the fabric and the bottom bar as far away from the window as I can, in order to try to avoid that handle. Still doesn't quite miss, but it's a lot better than it was before. So much so, once it goes past it now, you can't even tell. You can't even tell there's a handle touching behind it. It's so slight. But also, all the blinds are child safe, obviously. That's 1.5 meters from the floor, they're all the same. With a link on that won't break. So as you know, because in a school, people can be quite heavy-handed. Not saying it's the kids, not saying it's the teachers, but a lot of times chains and things like that break in schools. So that won't break, this won't break. And another problem that I often get in schools is they'll pull the blind and keep pulling until the actual tube itself is showing. Now these fabrics, they're only kind of stuck onto the tube and then wrapped round, usually about 3 or 4 times extra fabric, and that's what actually holds the fabric on. So if you pull it all the way down so the tube's showing and it's only just stuck on, eventually, especially with heat in the summer, the fabric will come off the tube. It doesn't matter how many times, you know, teachers change classrooms, kids don't care, this and that, whatever. So what I've done is I put stoppers on. So 1 stopper there, then the link, and then another stopper there. So what that does is what it says on the tin. So the blind will go up, that stopper will stop the chain there. See, I'm pulling it. It'll stop the chain from going through the mechanism, so the blind won't go up any further than that. And then I've also put them, I'm not showing you on that one because there's stuff on the sill, so not really the best one to demonstrate, but this one's exactly, I've done them all exactly the same. So stops at the top, and it also, see the link, stops at the bottom as well. So teacher or a kid or a caretaker, whoever is pulling, the blind just stops, so they can't physically keep going and show that tube, and then the fabric come off, and then school's paying for repairs on blinds and stuff like that, which is good for them, bad for me, but there you go. Just a honest day's work. So yeah, 4 of these classrooms, and then another one with 1 big one. I'll show you that in a minute. And this one, might not be able to tell off that, but that's 2.7 meters wide. That. So what I've done, put an even bigger tube on this. It's a 45mm tube. So even though it's big, it still operates dead smooth like the rest of them. A stopper there again, so they can't go too far up. line down, and then on the way down the stopper on this one stops there at the bottom. That's fully extended there. So basically stops itself at the full drop. So yeah, even though it's a big window, it's alright, it's fine if it's done right, you know. Right size fabric. I've not turned that fabric. That fabric comes in at 3 meters wide. That's one of the reasons why we picked it. It's flame retardant, it's moisture resistant, it's wipeable, it's blackout. It's a good all-round contract fabric. So yeah, no cutting corners, big tube, big fabrics, done right for all of my customers, regardless of whether it's domestic or commercial. Doesn't matter to me.